We're back.
We're back. Did you miss us?
Yes, you did. This episode
Yes, you did.
this episode's going to be a little bit different. We are just recapping our wedding weekend. We really want to just run through every little detail, how we were feeling, what went on. It's a long one, so get cozy. We're going to split this into 2 parts because boy do we talk. But we hope you feel like you're actually there.
That's the hope. That's the dream.
Enjoy.
Welcome to part 1.
Hello and welcome to Staying Up with Cammie and Taryn. I'm Cammie.
I'm Taryn Arnold Scott.
Yeah, you are, because we're married. Woo, woo, woo. Holy crap.
We are so freaking excited, y'all.
I don't remember what was going on in the last episode. We were saying we were going to do another episode before the wedding.
Yeah.
Obviously, that did not happen.
No. And I want y'all to know, this is not a burden on us, this podcast. I think
We
a lot
love
of
it.
times we sound like we're like, oh, it just got too crazy. We didn't record, yada, yada. Our brains have just been mushy and
Mushy, mushy, gushy.
And at the end of the day, we're like, I just can't sit here and try to look cute for an hour.
Or just, I know, it's almost like I want to go hang out with my friends so bad right now, but I know I'm not in the headspace.
Yeah.
And I don't want to bring them down. I don't want them to not feel my excitement. So, we like to wait until we're a little peppier.
But now we're back.
We're back, baby.
And we're married.
We have nothing going on.
We have nothing going on. Now life starts again. A new chapter, which is so fun.
Yeah. We came back from our honeymoon
This
on
time.
Sunday. It is now Wednesday. Is that right? It's Wednesday. Yes.
Yeah. Does being married feel different to you?
Hold on one second. In the middle of it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it does. I'm kidding. It feels like that week between Christmas and New Year's. I don't know how to get back into the swing of life. I feel just so I'm on vacation mode still. Like when you come back from vacation and you're just like, I need a vacation from vacation so I can get my life back together.
Yeah.
I feel that because I'm still buzzing off of the last couple weeks.
Absolutely.
It's just so bizarre. It's the most bizarre feeling.
And people warned us about post-wedding blues. Frank is literally, you can't see him in the shot now, but he is just listening.
We actually had to start over because he refused to leave right in between us, and it was just really killing the vibe.
It was
but
killing
now
the
he's
vibe
just looking at us with sad eyes.
Anyway. Oh my! Oh, we also
can
think
see
he
him
knows
now.
Spanish, but we'll tell you about that in a future episode. Lo siento, Frank. It means I'm sorry. Where was I going?
People were telling us that we would get.
People were telling us that
blues.
you can get post-wedding blues.
Yeah.
Whatever. Post-wedding vibe sounds sick.
I have post-wedding vibes.
I have vibes and blues, and I go back and forth between the two.
Nobody.
No,
Franklin. You can't.
And,
we're not on the show.
I get it. I get what the blues feels. Oh my God, I'm gonna start crying.
You crying?
I get what the blues feels like because it is just so much momentum towards a thing.
Yeah.
And then it happens and it's 10 times better than you even think it's going to be. And you already think it's going to be great.
Yeah.
And then it's over and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah. I just think it's very disproportionate, the amount of time you plan and think about, especially a wedding. I mean, I think I've shared on the podcast before, I was never the type to really envision my wedding growing up.
Yeah.
But for a lot of people, you do. So it's you could spend your whole life imagining this one day.
That's true.
And then it is just a day. So it's the amount of time that you're planning, thinking about it, prepping, whatever it may be. Frank's butt. Get out of here, buddy. He's being such a rat. But the amount of time, it's 99.9% of your time is the planning.
Yes.
And then 0.00001 is the event. And I think that's a very weird thing. So when it ends, you're like,
yeah.
What?
However, we are stretching out this joy as much as possible. Because it really does feel like, I don't know how to describe this, but one thing that we both said after our wedding was just this is going to sound so fucking ridiculous.
Say it.
But it feels like you have this new lease on life or this new level of motivation that is so weirdly, it's so weird. And I think it's just having all of the people that you love in one place, like celebrating you and your love and like the decisions that you've made.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, I can do anything.
This is amazing.
The world is my oyster.
Oh,
Yeah.
oyster. That's so cute.
I
I want everyone to go watch this on video because the way that Taryn just said that was so cute.
You're welcome, video viewers.
I don't think everyone gets that. I feel the same way. Like everyone told us that anyone I have heard is like, you don't feel any different. Like, yes, you are married, but whatever. Especially we've been living together.
Yeah.
Like our lives are not going to change at all. But I feel so different, like immensely different in the same way that you just explained.
Ooh.
Oh, did you start it off?
Oh, no, it's still recording.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, keep going. Everyone ignore me while Cammie talks.
Sorry, we're working on a new recording way, so Taryn's just making sure that we're
make sure it doesn't go to sleep.
still recording.
Going,
I think if
kids.
you just plug it in, it'll not turn off. But yeah, I think our wedding, and we'll get into like, we're going to do a run through, we're going to do a little gossip session. Like we're filling in our besties on the weekend. But it was just so special. The people, it felt like such a community vibe coming together. The way people talked about what our relationship meant to them. It wasn't just like, when Susie met Shelly.
Imagine they're saying the wrong names.
Knew you guys were perfect for each other.
Right.
Like, my best friend is with my best friend. Like, love it. It was really like, you guys individually mean so much to us. You guys together as a couple are like our safe space and like the people we come to. It was just like, it felt like our relationship didn't just mean so much to us, but to all of these people. Where I was like, I want to step my shit up for all of you.
Same.
Like, I felt it a lot when I was listening to your mom. I'm like, I want to be a better daughter-in-law. I want to be a better sister-in-law. I want to be a better wife. Like, I just want it. The way people were pouring their love into us, I was like, I want to be better for not just you. I'm pointing at Taryn, and all of you listening, but everyone in our lives. I'm like, wow, this is special. We are special.
For we are
that
special and
stupid.
important.
I didn't know where that was going, but I don't know how to
Totally.
explain it. It just felt so overwhelming in the best way.
And I came back and I was like, I want to work. I want to be a better employee.
Yeah.
I want to start investing in more businesses. I want to clean the house when I don't want to clean the house. Like, I just was on, I imagine it if I was like manic. That's how I feel like I would feel.
Yeah. That like extreme high.
Yeah, I just had this crazy wave, not crazy, sorry. I just had this like wild wave of high.
Yeah.
That I was like, whoa, I was not expecting to feel this. So all to say, I understand that the blues will probably come when this wave comes down, when like life settles back into normal. But my hope for us is that like we try to extend the wave as much as possible.
Yeah.
By like celebrating not the fact that we got married and like the pretty pictures and the whole thing, but like whatever that feeling was that we just got, like trying to distill that and like take it like a pill every day and like try to keep that going.
Baby wants to be on drugs.
Y'all fucking a ride.
I totally agree. I mean, I feel like we have had the post-wedding blues already.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I'm like scared that come down is going to come and hit harder. I think it's like, it's just like any post-vacation. It's like Monday blues. What's it called? I always forget.
Sunday scaries.
Sunday scaries.
She didn't have
I don't get them.
a corporate job, so Sunday was never spooky for her.
But that's exactly where I was going with it, where it's like Sundays are my favorite day. I don't typically get the Sunday scaries unless I have like anxiety from drinking or something, because I'm excited about Monday. Like, I really do enjoy Monday. So I've kind of wanted to approach post-wedding as like, oh my God, it's Monday, y'all. Like, this is great. Like now all of the fun and enjoyment and the celebration for what's coming is here. Yeah. And this is when we get to like put in the work and be excited. But the weekends are always going to come back up. We're still going to have those like silly, fun, great moments. And it's like, it's what you make of the in-between moments. And I feel really excited about that.
Cute. I was listening to this podcast yesterday when I was in the shower, and
like our podcast or a podcast?
Sorry, a podcast.
I think I was listening to me talk.
Ooh, in the shower. Go Taryn, you're cute. I was listening to a podcast called The Diary of a CEO. That sounds like the worst podcast in the world just by the title, but it's really amazing. And they had this neuroscientist on talking about how there's like this thing called the optimism bias, which is where you bias towards optimism, but in moments that you think are actually not going to be as good as they are specifically. And it's funny because it seems like it would be counterintuitive and it wouldn't work, and you wouldn't be happy once you actually got to the thing and then the thing was less good than it is. But they did a study where like you ask people how excited they are about their vacation or how happy they are leading up to a vacation for the 7 days, then the middle 7 days while they're at vacation, and then the 7 days after, like how happy are you? Guess what day was reported as the highest level of happy?
Leading up.
Which specific day? Do you have it?
Oh, so it's like all 7 days leading up. I think people would get a little anxious closer to it. Probably the first day of that 7 days.
So it's actually the day before. The day before is like the most happy you are.
Not me.
Yeah.
I
literally, when I heard that, I was like, Cammie does not.
Yeah.
That's not.
Yeah. I was taking that personally. Yeah. I get that.
For most people, it's the day before.
Because all the prep's done is just the excitement.
And their happiness just decreases. The second the vacation starts,
Aww.
Your happiness dumps.
Aww.
And then when you're back, it just keeps going down.
Wow.
And so the neuroscientist was talking about how, like, if you can capture that feeling of anticipation.
It's like the anticipation is the best part.
The anticipation is the happiness,
Aww.
which is, it's both sad and nice because
you don't actually need to experience it to feel happy.
Like the actual experience isn't the thing.
You should just trick yourself into going on vacation every day.
But then it's also not about vacation. It's about like just they're called anticipatory events. Any event in your life that you're planning for. Which is why I want to be on a sports league. It's why I want to like have like shit planned with our friends a month in advance, because it's just the lead up. Obviously that
makes a lot of
analogy
sense.
and thought doesn't like say experiences don't matter and that's not important and all of that stuff, but it is just saying the importance of the lead up and like its effect on your happiness. Which makes sense so much in retrospect with our wedding, where I was just like, it's like Christmas Eve feeling. It's just like, I was so...
Oh, Christmas Eve is my favorite holiday.
Same. But then the actual wedding day was the best day of my life. So that was cool. That it was like, it wasn't just the anticipation at that point.
Exactly.
That it like, So anyway.
I think we just accidentally did everything right. Like
100%.
I know we talked to y'all a lot leading up to the wedding about like planning is most of it. So we're going to make the most of the planning, because like the event is 1 day. So we want to enjoy this. We don't want to stress it. And of course there were times that we got stressed. Like, I mean, the weeks leading up, I was like, my skin was breaking out. I was
same.
It was like, I was very stressed going into that. And there's sometimes, obviously you can't always control your stress and anxieties, but where we could, we did pretty well. And I do think that made it like enjoyable, like those, if the 7 day thing was the same as the wedding thing, like we kept that anticipation feeling going and excitement.
Totally.
But then instead of it just having like one little spike right before and then crashing, we were able to kind of like balance it better. And I don't know, I felt so present during the wedding weekend. Should we jump into the weekend?
Let's do it. So for today's ep, we just thought it would be fun to, like, we were all sat around at a little sleepy slumber party. We're just going to catch you up on what the weekend was like for us. We'll go day by day and just kind of share how we felt and what was fun and what was not fun. Because there were some moments that were less fun. Well, really only for me.
Like what? Oh, yeah.
I was like,
the
wedding day was a spooky first half of the day for me.
That sounds so scary.
I know, but clickbait. Okay, so it started on Wednesday.
Yes.
our actual wedding was on Saturday, but we had events before and after. So it was really important to the both of us that we had like a wedding weekend experience, and that it felt like people were going to get to know each other leading up, so that the wedding felt like family vibes.
The day is so quick, and we wanted to make sure we got enough time with everyone.
Yeah.
And we knew that it wasn't going to happen at the wedding. Like, you weren't going to get to have one-on-one time with every single person there. So by doing it as like smaller events that just got bigger and bigger and bigger, it like made our smallest group, if anyone wasn't that close, get closer, and then extend that web, and then they all get to talk, and then we got to talk to the new people coming in, and it really just made it so cozy and comfy, to the point where we're at our after party and I'm looking around at like people hanging out, and I'm like, dude, what? You're hanging out with you? And oh my god.
I have a very specific memory of the after party of just seeing our friend Jen. Her, like, she was so drunk, it was adorable, but like she was just lifeless, flying around the dance floor with two other friends that are all like 5 feet tall. And so the three of them, Kevin said they were like a whirling cyclone of like small people. It was so cute. They're all wasted. But anyway, they had all just met for the most part. And so it was just so sweet. Okay, so Wednesday. Let's start on Wednesday.
Wednesday was my worst day, I guess. My most stressed day.
Yeah, you were not.
We had to leave. So I do think we did a few things that made it a little less stressful. Like when we're going on a trip or even just out to Palm Springs on a normal time, Taryn likes to get up, go. She doesn't want to deal with traffic. She just wants to get out. I like to have a little bit of time to make sure that the house is fully put together for whoever's coming to watch the dogs, that like I'm not rushed to make sure I didn't forget anything. I can do laundry. I like to make sure I have all my ducks in a row. So we decided that we knew we were driving separately. So we were like, we don't need to leave at the exact same time. So Taryn left at like 7 a.m.
Yeah, which makes me feel better because I get stressed when Cam wants to take her time in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, but I want to like get up and like go and whatever. So that was good for both of our.
It was like our first lesson in marriage where it was like compromising does not mean that you have to do the same thing and make it work for both of you. You can just do different things.
And I know this sounds small, but it was also like our wedding week, and it was important to us to like try to stay together as much as possible, because we've seen at weddings you just kind of separate and you do different stuff, and you're with your friends, they're with their friends. And anyway, so this was like the first thing where I was like, I remember having the thought like, shoot, I kind of want to drive out earlier, and like would she be upset with that? And then it just naturally worked, and it was great that we did that.
I'm so glad that we did that. I think it just set the tone. It was like we both went in with what we needed in that moment, and it worked out. And then you were like incredibly helpful the night before, making sure things were together. I felt more comfy asking you to do things to help me out the night before, because like knowing that I was going to be here an additional couple hours getting stuff together, like it just worked out great. So we drove out. Drive was beautiful. Snow-capped mountains.
It was gorge. My parents have a home in Palm Springs, which really helped a lot of this, because we could
our storage unit.
The weeks leading up, we were dropping, like they were taking stuff out for us, or we were bringing stuff, or we used it as like our home base to build stuff.
I don't know how we accumulated so much. I half built one thing. My dad and brother finished it.
We accumulated so much stuff because it's so much more than your clothes, which obviously is important, but it takes 10x more space because everything's in hanging bags, and your dress is fucking huge. Even your suit is like perfectly
gift bags
pressed.
We had all the boxes of the stuff.
The thing that took the most was the gift bags. We made 150 gift bags for people that like we did not chintz out on at all. We put so much shit in them.
And it wasn't just the bags. Like we had the boxes of all the different things that we got delivered. Yeah. That was like bulky.
So anyway, we like caravanned out there and basically moved to Palm Springs. And then that day, my family did like a little assembly line, and we like built cute. All of the bags for everybody, which was fun. We looked at our wedding newspaper for the first time, which was so fun to see come together. And then,
how was your feeling overall on that day? Were you just excited?
I was totally vibing.
Yeah, we were totally opposite moods.
Yeah.
I instantly felt overwhelmed. I guess the second it's so cute to hear it from your perspective. You're like, we're doing our little like assembly line. It's so cute. Everyone's helping out.
Yeah.
Which I was able to witness and be like, this is sweet. But I got there and there was just like so much going on to me. Like half the people were making lunch in the one room. I was like trying to time out. I had to leave to go pick up my parents in a little bit. I instantly felt like, oh my God, there's so much to do. There's just like, I get really sensitive with noise.
Yeah.
In those moments when I'm anxious. And there were just like, I could hear everyone's little like conversations going on. Even like the noise of like putting the stuff in the bags.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I'm going to have a panic attack. I need to like shut everything off for a minute.
And that is really hard. This sounds ridiculous to say it's hard for me, but
It's not ridiculous.
I have such a clear idea of like how I want something to go sometimes and how I hope everyone's feeling and like what their experience is and stuff.
Yeah.
That on that week of your life where you're like, this is going to be the best week of our life. I remember being like, oh shit, like she is not okay. Like you went in the room, you like laid down or took a nap or
I went to just lay down and take a minute after I picking up my parents ended up taking a really long time. And I got home and I was like, I feel exhausted. And I hadn't really been sleeping so well leading up to it. So I don't know. I think my anxiety just knocked me out. I laid down and I passed out for like an hour and a half. It was crazy.
Yeah. Then you woke up. You're feeling better.
Yeah.
Not better, but
yeah, I was just over. It was the anticipation of all the little things that were left to do, and just like needing, like we still had to get into the villa and unpack and like get groceries. Like it was just all the little organization stuff was just weighing on me heavy. And then in those moments, I can tell that you're feeling bummed that I'm feeling that way. And I used to get irritated at that I was like, it's not fair. Like, if you're not feeling down, if you're feeling down, I'm not going to be like mad at you for feeling that.
Yeah.
But I think we've both gotten better at that and accepting that. And it was like, well, yeah, she's wanting me to feel excited. So when you were making those little comments of like, yeah, I'm just trying to remind myself. And I know that you're trying to say it at me.
No, I wasn't, but I.
Well, you're like, you are totally in a great mood. And you're like, yeah, I'm tired too. But like, I'm just trying to remind myself this is like, everyone's here for us. And I'm like, I know, but I can't control my anxiety right now.
Yeah.
But I was able to kind of just like, I don't know how to explain it better, but
tune
that out. Yeah, truly. Because I didn't want to like get irritated with you.
Yeah.
I knew you were just wanting to feel excited, but I knew what I needed to get to a good place.
Yeah.
And I did. It was like, I took that time.
It's basically just like opening our hands to control less helped all of it. Like you took a nap. I was like vibing with my family.
Yeah.
Like, so we're going to, this is going to take a week if we
I
go into
I know.
emotion. However, the rest of that day was so special. My mom hired this private chef that I had hired for Cammie's birthday, your 30th or 30. I think it was your 30th. Maybe 29th. Doesn't matter.
But, yeah.
It was during COVID. We hired a chef to come to the house and like make us this like really nice vegan meal. My mom hired him to come back and they cooked a dinner, or him and his team cooked dinner for
Your
like
whole immediate family.
Yeah. Night one, Wednesday night was all immediate family. So my siblings, your parents, my parents.
Yeah. My brother and his wife weren't there yet, but that was, they were the only ones missing.
And it was so special. We're like,
so cute.
It was like fancy and not everybody was like in comfies, but like having this really nice food that this
everyone's like
chef
set up
prepared
beautifully, but then we're like just in your home. It was so cute.
Yeah, it was super special. And then we like gave a little speech there, not a speech, I gave a toast, I guess I would say, where I basically said like every night will be less intimate, but not in a bad way. It's just that we are like, these are the closest people and the people that made us who we are. And then the next night we'll have our friends included. It'll be similar, but like a little bit bigger. And then obviously welcome drinks in the wedding. And it just expanded after that. But it was really special to have like it was super special to have a moment where we all agreed that it was like, this is special.
Yeah. It's just like obviously the 150 people coming to the wedding are our most special people, but it just like got tighter and tighter and tighter. And it was just, that night was just really, really great.
Yeah. So that was cool. Thursday
woke up Thursday, and this is like the end of my stress anxiety moments.
Yes.
We just had a lot going on. We couldn't check into the venue until 11. A girl to come tan a bunch of us was coming at 11. Like, it's so funny. What triggers my anxiety, it's so trivial. I'm like, oh, the tan lady was coming. But I just want to make sure like everyone has what they need. I don't want to waste her time.
Yeah.
So I needed to make sure all the people getting tanned were there at the right time, and like they didn't feel like they were waiting around too long. So that was like the end of the stress, and I think you were still feeling really good and on a high, which was great because I feel like you were entertaining people while I was riding around feeling like chicken with my head cut off vibes.
And 2 of my best friends / bridesmen went golfing with my dad. So then
So cute.
the girlfriends and friends and stuff started just checking in and hanging with us, and that was just like it was just cute.
I loved the group that stayed at the venue. So it was
Me too.
a lot of our wedding party. We both had, well, you had one person and I had 2 people in my wedding party, and their significant others not staying there. But then we had additional people that we were just like, not just our wedding parties plus ones, but just like additional friends that we were like, do you guys want to be here? Because we think you'd be really additive to the situation. And boy, were they additive.
It was perfect. Yeah. So the way it worked is there were 25 of us staying at the villa, which is called Buena Vista Estate. It's amazing. Let us know if you want the hookup. It's perfect. So there was that, and that was where we got married. And then we worked with another hotel called Miramonte where a bunch of people stayed. We had room blocks there, but then we also had some events there. So it was like you had to travel for some stuff, but it was mostly between 2 different places that were, 20 minutes apart.
Yeah.
So check-in Villa Day was fun, easy.
Yeah. We had all our food delivered there. So it was like, the kitchen was stocked. The place was beautiful. The vibes were amazing.
Yeah.
My brother and his wife got in. My parents luckily helped out and picked them up and picked up the cake that I got for the rehearsal dinner. And then like they were building stuff. Everything was getting set up.
Yeah.
There were so many people working there already.
Dude,
there
were
like,
people
whoa.
everywhere. It was so cool.
It felt like such a production.
Yeah.
And I think that's when I started to relax. So I was like, there are so many people taking care of this. Like I have nothing to worry about at all.
And then just as like people were checking in, they were like, some of my friends were still working. So they were like on calls or like on their laptops. And you would just like look out into this gorgeous villa, and there'd be like Tyler would be like walking the perimeter of
that
this
was my
lake
favorite part. Every time I looked up,
on a call.
Tyler was in a different spot on his call. He was like shooting hoops on a call, sat by the pool on a call. I didn't even realize he was in the room. He's in the living room on a call.
Everywhere.
Like, it was so cute.
It was so cute.
People are like sat out, laying out, chatting. It was
just really special. Then we all got ready for rehearsal dinner, and rehearsal dinner was just our bridal parties, their plus ones, and our parents.
Yeah, our immediate. It was basically Wednesday night dinner plus our bridal party.
Yes.
So we have extended our little circle.
Yes. That was at the venue, but in kind of a little different spot, which was like down by the ceremony area, and it was so special.
So special.
Leading up, we had said that like our rehearsal dinner is the night that we care about most. It's like, I don't know, just
so intimate,
the big
so special.
And at first, I was worried. I was like, I think the vibes are a little off.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
a lot of people, a few people were late. There was a bunch of traffic getting into Palm Springs. It felt like a little pressed for time at first. People, it started getting really cold. It was so cold that night. Cold. People were freezing. And it just, it didn't feel like people were like ready to party.
Yeah.
And I felt us both feel it. We like sat down to eat dinner. Well,
and dinner was so fast. I thought it
just all started happening really quickly.
Yeah, I was scared.
The actual walkthrough rehearsal was way more emotional to me than I thought it was going to be.
Totally.
That's when it first really felt real.
Mm-hmm.
So I was feeling so high off of that. And then all of a sudden we like sat down, dinner was starting, food was so good. But like, I don't know, people were like chatting, but it felt very like, not surface level. I couldn't hear anyone talking, but it just felt like, it felt low.
Yeah. Vibes felt low.
Yeah.
Vibes felt chill. More chill than I was wanting.
Yeah, we were thinking people were going to be like, this is happening. We're excited. Let's go.
But that really lasted for me at least like 10 minutes.
Totally. It was like people were hungry. They were just chilling. it was a good relaxed vibe, but
Yeah.
we took it as like, oh shit, are people not gonna have fun?
Yeah. So then people start getting a couple drinks in them. Everybody's bellies are happy, eating food, yada, yada. And we opened up like an open mic for anyone that wanted to say anything, and anyone not talking at the wedding or like other events. And that began like just the most special hour
Oh my God.
of our lives, or one of the most special hours of my life, I guess I would say.
It was so sweet.
Yeah, like just to see people be nervous. Like I remember Kevin was just nervous to give his speech.
People were
or like,
so nervous. It was like the cutest thing in the world.
yeah. And my aunt and uncle got up and said something, and everyone was like, dude, they're so cute. Like,
They were so cute. They were so funny.
it's just special to see people love on other people loving on you. It was just this weird little love fest moment.
Such a love fest. I cried, I think, the whole time.
Yeah, you cried a lot. I cried, but not a lot.
I think one of my highlights was Jana, Taryn's sister-in-law,
Oh my God.
interviewed her niece Mia, our little flower girl.
Yep.
She just turned 6, and oh my God, that like destroyed me.
Yeah.
She asked me a bunch of questions, and Mia like vetoed a few of them, but then she came back to a few of them, which is so cute, thinking about this little 6-year-old like pondering these questions for a few days.
Mm-hmm.
But she asked if Auntie Taryn could be a Mario Party character, who would she be? And who did she say you were?
Toad.
Toad.
Toad is funny.
Yeah. So
and then
sweet.
obviously Cam was Princess Peach.
Because I wear pretty dresses.
She wears pretty dresses.
It was just like the cute, like what animal would they be? Like, what's your favorite thing to do with them? It was just, kids are so freaking cute. And
yeah.
each question and answer were so simple, but like had so much meaning. Like that was insane.
The cutest to me was that Jana asked Mia what animal Auntie Taryn would be, and I was a parrot because I talk a lot. and then what were you? A dolphin because you smile and something.
Yeah, I was a dolphin, but I don't remember
It was
why.
like you smile. I don't know. But then a couple days later, she drew a parrot or something, or like it was just it was adorable. So anyway, that night was super freaking special.
Oh my God, I was just blown away by how personal everyone's speeches were.
Yeah.
Even people who were like, I'm horrible at speeches, were just like, it was so touching.
Highly recommend doing that because more people than like your maid of honor and your parents and whatever want to say something. So like give them the opportunity. It's not going to be awkward if people don't, because somebody will. So even if it's 2 little speeches, that's enough.
Yeah,
you know?
I think that was like best decision we made.
Oh, also big highlight when Joanna said like, my safe person found her safe person.
My rock,
or whatever.
my rock,
My
found
rock
her rock.
found her rock. That was so fucking
I'm gonna
sweet.
cry again.
That night, after everyone left, we got in bed and
So giddy.
we wrote down like notes of all of the favorite things from that night, which was really special.
I think
wish
that
we
was
would have
so
kept doing that.
It was so hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
But I think it was so special to, like, there were just little moments. My dad saying something about how we're such good parents to the dogs that he can't wait to see us be parents to kids. Like,
Unreal.
there were just sweet little things I think I would have forgot, but because we wrote it down, I'm like, I know it's up here, / we'll get to reread it.
It was so special.
So special.
Friday,
pool party. Oh my God.
Friday.
This might have been my favorite day.
It was perfect.
This was so cute.
So Friday, all the people at the villa were our bridal party for the most part, but then all of the extra ads were checking in throughout the day, which was a fun little, just
so
fun.
fun.
You know, people are flying in from all over or driving in, whatever's awesome. But we wanted Friday to be this day of like, enjoy this villa. This villa's insane. There's a pickleball court, tennis court. You can
have
take
a party.
boats out on this lake.
It's
You can
so
play
cute.
volleyball. Like, it was unreal. And so we just wanted to enjoy it.
Yeah. And we did.
And we did.
And it was, again, just looking out and seeing little groups of people who you would never think would be friends or match up.
Yeah.
Vibing out together. So, so cute.
Our parents came too, so that was really nice. They got to like hang with our friends.
Yeah.
the first half of the day we did like a workout. I played pickleball with my friends. We played basketball.
Yeah. Oh,
what were you doing when I was doing all that?
Well, so we got up really early. Like Taryn and I got up at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And we went in the kitchen and made breakfast with like all the early risers.
And Anthony was so excited to make his little burritos. He was making
Anthony was like loving cooking for everyone, which was so sweet. We're hanging out, and then I wanted to check in on my people who are in like the other little house. So I walked down there, and Amy and Steph were up, so I was like talking with them, and then me and Amy like randomly started riding the bikes around the property.
That I will never forget that. We're all like making breakfast, and then through the window you just see Cam with like a helmet just fly by.
Safety first, baby. I don't want to get
very
hurt.
slow though, I will say.
Very slow.
I remember thinking she's going quite slow.
Very, very slow. I was waiting on Amy,
Safety
and I
first.
also forgot how to ride a bike. But I was just like living in like a utopia. I was like having, I don't know, everything was just amazing. I was like, we need to move here with all of our friends. This is the best thing ever.
Everyone kept
just
saying that
vibing.
too.
It was so beautiful. Like people are helping clean up. Like everyone just had their little job, and I was like, wow, we are meant to live in small communities.
100%.
We're not supposed to live like with big countries and all these people invading on us and like making these roles. We are meant to have like 30 people in a little group pod because everyone picks up slack. It's so special. Yeah. And then we did a workout with a group of your girls.
Yeah.
Well, your boys' girls.
Yeah.
And Katie. And it just felt so good. And then, what did I do after that when you went and played? Oh, I laid out. I was the first one by the pool.
Mm-hmm.
I was like ready to go. I was like, I am R&R time.
And we just like played music, had rosé, had beer. My friend Tyler is very proud of his smash burger recipe, and so he like made burgers for everybody and some vegan burgers.
So cute. They were little assembly line cooking burgers.
Yeah, it wasn't just Tyler. He was, I would say, the restaurant manager, and then there he had a lot of staff.
Totally. Big staff.
And then that was Friday day.
Yeah.
People went on their own to like in the afternoon to like get ready, and then we all met up that evening again at Miramonte for welcome drinks, and that was open to everybody. All previous people, and then anyone that was in town already for the wedding.
Yeah. There's probably about 115. Like it wasn't the full 150, but it got to be a big group of people.
It was big. So for that, it was heavy apps, which disgusts me to say, but it was. And
I ate like nothing.
Yeah, I didn't eat. I don't think I maybe had like an appetizer.
I had one piece of a slice of salmon.
I didn't go to our fish station.
I didn't either.
So
they were handing out the little skewer. I know. Like we spent so much extra money for this like salmon, like oyster. Salmon. This like
called?
shellfish
like
bar.
Yeah. One of those.
Whatever it was. We don't know. We didn't have it.
Collection of seafood.
Didn't even look at it. This was the most overwhelming moment for me, I think, because I was I don't want the wedding to feel like this. I wanted to make sure this night I said hi to everyone. Everyone felt like they got time with us. And I started to realize that like I didn't know how that was going to happen. It was literally like, hi. Oh my God. I felt like a politician or something. Like
100%.
How are you? Oh my God, it's so good to see you.
And
quick talk,
were, like,
move on.
Unashamedly like lining up or like cutting off conversations.
Yeah,
which
I
was
hold
like,
on.
oh
like,
can
I see you? Can I see? Like,
yeah.
I was like, we are famous tonight. It was crazy.
It felt very like fame.
Yeah,
but
people
like,
would be like, oh, I want you to talk to this person, and like, did you see this person? I'd be like, oh my God, that got a little bit overwhelming, and then I was like, I'm exhausted. I haven't eaten. I think I'm gonna cry.
And then like my dad would be like, make sure you say hi to that table or whatever. And it's like people that we see weekly. And I'm like, Dad,
like, I can't.
People have flown in from Timbuktu to be here. I think we should maybe say hi.
I had two friends who like moved away during middle school, and I hadn't really seen them much since, except for one of their weddings. And like one time I went to visit her. So I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, I need to just hang out with them all night. Like I haven't seen these people forever.
Yeah.
But then you're like, this person needs to talk. It was crazy. And then my extended family started getting there that I don't see a lot. So I was like, it was a little chaotic.
It was kooky dukes.
But it was great. And thank God we did it this night, because that's exactly how the wedding would have felt if we didn't have this. So highly recommend welcome drinks.
Yep.
Get your hand shaken and baby forehead kissing out of the way.
Butt slapped. Just kidding. But
butt slap.
I don't know. I just added
What
that.
were you up to?
Nobody butt slapped me. However, your uncle did. Whoa. This is not butt slap related, but I do remember this moment specifically. So we're like running around saying hi to everybody, like kind of having these like small little conversations 100 times over.
Which I'm horrible at leaving conversations. So I think that's why this night got overwhelming to me, because I will stay with you until you leave me, and no one's going to leave the bride.
But your uncle was like, he pulled me aside. He was so attentive with me. It was so sweet. He was like, so give me the rundown on who everybody is.
And you're like, all right.
At first I was like, this is going to be stressful. Like, I don't even know.
You're like, shit.
I don't know. And he was like, well, break down like what the different groups of people are. I want to know who, who's
really
cute. And I was like, this is so genuinely sweet. Like, I don't know why you care, but I deeply appreciate it.
Yeah.
And 2, like, this is going to be a good little exercise for me in trying to like group people off.
Cute.
So it was like Mean Girl style, where I was like, the jocks, the da-da-das, the da-da-das. And that was a really special little moment that I'll not forget. And then that night we went home and ordered a bunch of pizzas, and
we're all starving. No one ate the heavy apps.
Yeah. No heavy apps were heavy apped. And my friend shoved a piece of pizza, an entire piece of a New York slice, into his mouth.
That night got crazy because we all came home tired but hungry.
Yeah, and then kind of drunk. Some people not.
You drunk, me not.
I didn't realize it because people during the
I knew it at welcome drinks.
You knew I was?
Yes.
Uh-oh. What'd I do?
You didn't do anything. I could just tell.
Yeah.
And then like I stopped after I had one glass of wine, and then I held one just to like have it.
Smart.
And then you had several glasses of wine. And I was like, baby girl, we getting married tomorrow. What are you up to?
It was just so many people being like, come on, let's grab a drink. Or like that was the flow kind of. So that I just didn't even think about it.
That was never my flow. Yeah, you're good at like maneuvering around and like,
well, I was trying to keep
like,
it
I
active.
want a drink, and then you would go get a drink, and I'd be like, wait, but there's like 80 people this way that need to talk to us.
Needed to keep things flowing.
It was you're
that
great
I could
at it.
Like
no, it was
taper off for different reasons.
Genius. I don't know how to do
that. Next wedding, I'll show you. Next welcome drinks.
Thanks. But yeah, so we got home, and then thank God Taryn's friends went to get pizzas, but it took forever.
Yeah.
So we were all like sat there like, oh, we're going insane. We all want to go to bed.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I wanted to go to bed. And then they got there, and it was just such a cute little moment. We were no plates.
Yeah.
We just ripped pizzas off. We're like
Animals.
spilling everything. Yeah, we look like absolutely ridiculous, like pizza all over our faces, and little kids. It was so cute. All of my friends, all of Taryn's friends, like everyone's there. It was
half
such
people
a
in
special
like
moment.
Suits and dresses, and then half in like PJs. And
I had already showered.
Yeah.
And then I was like, it was about 11, and I was like, you know what? I have to go to sleep. Like, I know we're gonna get up at the ass crack of dawn. I'm going to lay down. And the party was just starting to kick off.
Yeah.
In the kitchen right next to our bedroom, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah. And I didn't see my phone, but Cam was texting like, hey, could you guys keep it down? Hey, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, I'm getting kind of mad. Can you please tell everybody to be quiet?
And I'm getting like, my heart is racing. Yeah. My anxiety is so high because I'm like, okay, this is so special. Everyone's having a good time. I don't want to ruin this, but I just want them to like shift to the other room, or I actually can really sleep through anything if it's a constant noise. Like, they were blasting music, and I was like, totally chill.
Yeah.
Like, when I went to bed, you guys were even like, do you want us to turn the music off? And I was like, no, I'm fine.
Respectful. I love that for us.
Please don't even start. So I was like, no, you can leave the music on, not worried. But then they started like playing TikToks and stuff. So it would be like no noise, massive noise. Then they started like chanting, which I'll let Taryn explain what was happening. So I'm laying there, and I don't have earbuds. I like text Amy because I know she always has earbuds to sleep. She's already asleep. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't want to ruin their time, and I was so scared. I knew if I went out there, and even if I said it in the nicest way possible of like, what, I don't know, it's going to be awkward, and it's going to be like little kids who just got scolded, and I did not want that moment more than anything.
Yeah.
So I'm like texting Taryn. I'm like, please respond, please, student. I'm like, can you guys just like keep it one level, even if it's loud, just keep it loud then, or can you move into the bar area? I'm like, please go outside, do anything. And eventually I'm like, shoot, she's not responding. And then they send a video to the group chat that we have for the whole villa. And finally I text in the group, and I'm like, hey guys, I'm so sorry. yeah, that's why you guys stopped. I text the group.
Oh.
I text the whole group chat and no one responded. No one liked it. It just was instantly silent, which was like my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
That it wasn't like, so sorry, Cam, or like, oh my God, of course. I was like, can you guys just like try to keep it down a little bit? I'm trying to sleep. And it was just silent. And then I heard them like giggling. So then I'm like, oh my God, they're talking about, it was like my worst nightmare of a night. So I'm like laying in bed. My heart is like, like I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. It was beating so fast. And then you just like came in bed, no apology, not sweet.
I didn't even know.
I know. That's when I knew you were drunk.
Yeah, sorry.
And then that's when I knew you were hungover the next day and it was not your period.
Okay, but it was though. Okay, so it was both.
Okay.
I know that it was both.
Okay.
Well, we were both supposed to start our periods right after the wedding, but we both get crampies. We both get tender boobies. We both get all the things beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
So I started feeling a little off earlier than I planned, but I was trying to ignore it. And so were you.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm not getting my fucking period at my wedding.
I was like, if I think I'm not getting it, I'm not going to get it.
So I was already feeling a little crampy.
Yeah.
Then the wedding day comes. We wake up. We're all excited. 8 a.m. My mom and dad bring a bunch of food over that they got from this deli. Everybody meets in the kitchen to hang and
it's
eat together.
I'm having the best morning of my life.
Cam is fucking
I'm
glowing.
thriving.
She is happier than I've ever seen her.
The only thing I was worried about was making sure hair and makeup got there and that like all the girls were ready to go so that they didn't feel as soon as everyone was like they got their food, they got their little drink, everyone's here, I was vibing.
Yeah,
I was like, this is the best morning of my entire life.
I, on the other hand, woke up and I was like, I feel like shit. I feel
hungover.
I didn't realize that a hungover was part of it. It really felt mostly like my period.
Baby, you needed a cold shower. When on your period have you needed a cold shower?
Let me get there. So I felt super sick. I felt super tired.
Yeah.
And then more than anything,
you went to bed at like 1 a.m. and woke up at 6.
I was so anxious because I didn't feel how I wanted to feel.
Yeah.
That I was like felt so trapped in my own body.
Especially someone with health anxiety wanting to feel a specific way on your wedding morning.
There's just nothing worse. Like the two things that you can't control are like, or that you feel like you can't control are like the weather on your wedding day and then like how you wake up feeling.
Yeah.
And I was texting everybody like, can you guys get me coffee? Can somebody get Midol? Like,
yeah,
the whole world was
not feeling
I was not feeling good. And then it made it just so much worse because like Cam was walking around and having champagne with everybody and her party was all excited. And like the delta between having a party of all or having a bridal party of all girls where like they know what they're supposed to do. It's like we all get ready together in this room. We all have champagne and like sit around and be cute. And my guys that are just like derping around, don't know what's happening. And, but they wanted to be a part of everything, but there was just nothing to be a part of because we weren't getting ready. And how bad I felt. The combo was not. I was like, this is worst nightmare territory.
Yeah. And you were like, I was like, we're going to have champagne. I don't care how early it is. And Taryn was like, yeah, I think like my group will wait until like noon. And Katie, who was in Taryn's wedding party, was already in the room getting her makeup done. And I was pouring my girls champagne. I was like, Katie, you want some? She was like, oh, no, Taryn just said we're not having till noon. And I was like, Katie.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she didn't want to because she was like, no, Taryn said her party, we're not drinking yet. So I snuck her champagne. I was like, Katie, what?
That's so not what I meant.
I know, but
God.
It's so cute how much like your people want to like fit the vibe that you want to have.
Oh, Katie.
And I was like, sis, you can have champagne. Like, one is not going to kill you. Like, just because Taryn's not drinking yet doesn't mean you don't drink. I was like, you're in here right now, so you're my wedding party. I was like, we're drinking.
My guys just aren't big drinkers.
Yeah.
I was trying to feel better.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah. She took it so literally.
Katie, dude, she's such a rule follower.
It was so cute.
She's like, it's 10 a.m. I need to wait until 12.
It was so sweet. And then like, I don't know. It was just so cute. Everyone's getting their hair and makeup done, just hanging out, chatting. Like, and then everyone who's not in our wedding party is like outside laying by the pool, and it's so cute because from our room where we're getting ready, you can just see everyone outside like sitting in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Rala was a whole mood. She was like
Rala's always
having a Vogue photo shoot laying out. It was just like so cute and sweet that I was like, this is just keeping me relaxed because everyone around us is just chilling. And yeah, they have until like 3 o'clock before they have to do anything. So of course they're chilling. It's 8 a.m.
Yeah.
But it was just like, I was so happy. I was like, I felt like I was at my house and I was just like waiting on everyone. I was like, what does anyone want to eat and drink? I was just like having the best time ever. And just worried about Taryn. And I was like, what do I do?
Then I took a cold shower and things started to turn around for me.
And a nap.
I tried to lay down in Kevin's room.
Yeah.
But there was a mouse in there, so I couldn't really fall asleep. It's a whole other story. But then my little cold shower woke me up. I was feeling alive, and it was time to get my hair and makeup done, and all of my guys like scurried in, which was so cute. Katie was always around, so
I was talking to the boys in their little area where they had been hanging out in this like game room area, and they looked around while we were talking. We're like, where's Taryn? Is she getting her hair done now? Is she getting her makeup done? And I was like, yeah, she just went in there. And they were like, we gotta go, we gotta be there. It was so cute. They like rushed to get in there with her,
and so the vibe
and they were
in
rowdy.
the room changed so quickly that it was like it immediately started picking me up, where like before that it was like 2 hair people, 2 makeup people, and then like Cam's party for the most part.
And we'd
just,
all
like,
been in there for
sat
hours.
around
We were just
being,
like we were pretty
chilling.
chill.
Yeah. Then my group gets in and their laughs are hysterical. They're so loud.
They're cracking
like,
jokes left and right.
They can't stop trying to make each other laugh.
Just being total goobers.
The whole room just like the vibe changed so
funny.
much. And that helped. I started kind of waking up. How do we tell the next parts?
So Taryn and I got hair and makeup done together, obviously, and then we didn't split until we were going to put our dresses on. So it was like 1 o'clock, 1:30.
And the wedding
even.
was at 3:30.
Yeah. So that was really special. We got to just like hang out, vibe, be together. And then I was very adamant about like I didn't want too much time to get ready because it just seemed like there was hours between us supposed to be ready and the ceremony, and I knew if I like was just sat around, I was gonna get anxious. I hate waiting. Like I'm really impatient when it comes to that.
And like when you're all ready,
it
feels so weird. You're like
don't
in a
want
dress,
it.
like
Yeah, and our planners who were amazing kept being like, you definitely want enough time. Like you do not want to be rushed, which I totally agree for 99.9% of people. But for me, I'd rather be rushed and like, I got to go than have too much downtime. So we had the perfect amount of time. Like my girls finished getting ready up in the room we were already getting ready in. Taryn moved over to the other side. They all got ready. And then I think you guys went out for photos first. Is that what happened? I don't know what you guys were up to.
Yeah, it's actually, I never told you this. It was so funny, but I went in like my room. I went in Kevin's room because that's where I was like getting my dress on.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, so you're just going to like get most of your dress on and then we'll take pictures of them, like of Steven and my mom, like zipping and clipping and doing all the stuff. And they're like, we'll come get you when they're ready. And I was like, okay, great. And so I go in this room, strip down, and then stick my dress on. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to lay down. I don't want to sit down. I'm just going to stand here. So I'm standing there with like my dress flopped over me for probably 15 minutes for so long.
Why?
And I kept like, I would poke out and I'd be like, oh, do I need to do anything? And they're like, oh, we'll let you know when everyone's ready and when all the cameras and
Why
stuff
didn't
are
you just
here.
have them put it on and then fake the photos?
Because I don't know, my mom wasn't there yet. My mom was like getting her hair finished or something. Like, I don't know what was happening, but I literally felt like a child bride.
You're just like,
I was
holding your boobs up like,
seriously,
what do I do?
I was like just pacing around Kevin's room in my dress, just kind of like, this is the funny. I feel like I'm playing dress up.
Of what I was up to. Like
so
what?
Funny. And then they were like, okay, they're ready. And I came out, and then Steven and my mom had to like, these dresses are so tight, y'all. They're meant to like
Yeah.
suck you in.
And our alterations lady makes it look so easy the way she just like zip and you're in it. And she said like, you're going to need a couple people and they have to hold here and do this. But she made it look so easy. I was like, we'll be fine.
And the fear, my mom and Steven being like, okay, and then they would go
this
silent.
does not fit.
And I'd be like, is it not fitting? Like, yeah. So that was, it was hilarious, but very cute.
And very opposite. I like all my girls had their dresses in the bathroom of our the like primary bedroom we were staying in, and they were all putting them on, and I literally just went in there, grabbed my dress and put it on myself. I was like, I don't know why. There was a lot of people in there, and like people who were staying at the house, not in my wedding party, kept coming in the room, and I just started getting overwhelmed that I was like, why is everyone here? Like, like where you were very private and alone in this room, which is kind of what I wanted.
Yeah.
I was just surrounded by people. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to make this big to do. I put it on, and then like Fru and Amy, whoever was near me, I was just like, here guys, this is how this works. You have to zip, 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 do this. And it's going to go on, but it might be hard. And I just put it on. Fru got me into it. She like knew what to do. She works with clothing all the time. So she just like put me in it. And then I literally walked out of the bathroom ready. And I was like, hey everybody.
Mine was a fucking shit show compared to that.
Yeah. And then I was just like, Mom, pretend to put my veil or whatever on. I don't even
brilliant.
know. She's like, they had her unzip and then zip, zip, unzip for the picture.
Cute. Mine could not have done that. But so sweet. Still a really cute little experience. And my mom cried and was so cute. Aww. And then I did a first look with my bridal party, and when I was doing, they're so cute. Right when I was doing it, my brothers and dad walked in.
Oh my God! Wait, I didn't realize that.
Yes.
Wow.
And
I thought they were there for you already.
They walked in while I was waiting in the room, and the boys were all setting up outside.
Yeah.
And they were all chanting for a while. I hope the videographer got it. But they were all like, Taryn, Taryn. And then at some point they changed it, and they're like, Steven, Steven. Because Steven is in the room with me. Then I did my first look with them, which was really special and cute. And we took our little pictures. And
cute.
Yeah.
Those pictures are so sweet. I can't wait till you share them with everyone.
Dude, my dad's face. Are you fucking kidding me?
He just cried for hours. It was like so precious. So you tried so hard not to cry. That's so crazy that happened to you, because like they clearly didn't arrive at the same time or together then, because you did your pictures first. I had to wait in the room until they got Taryn's photos done and went and hid her in the other area so we didn't see each other. And when I was out taking pictures I started to get my pictures with my girls, and our photographer, I had mentioned like, maybe I want a first look with my dad if it works out. If not, no pressure. We'll see what happens. But Taryn and I weren't doing a first look. And literally, as we were doing our pictures, my dad and my brother walk up, and I was like, oh my God. And I was like, and my girls hid me really quickly. And then I was like, let's not even set it up. Let's just kind of like snap photos. And then Asha, our photographer, was like, here, Gordon, just kind of stand here. And then I like just walked up to him, and then
that's so cute.
But then that's when it all set in and felt so real. When I looked at my dad, I instantly got so emotional that I think we got maybe 2 pictures, and I probably look insane because I was like, I probably look like what your dad looked like.
You're calling my dad insane?
Well, he does. Like he's
trying so hard.
It's sweet that your dad looks like that. Me looking like forcing not to cry, like all contorted, will not be cute photos. So I literally was like, okay, you please go away. Please leave me, because I'm going to start sobbing, and we didn't start taking our pictures yet. So get out of here.
So sweet. Then we got shuffled down to the bottom, which was like down to the ceremony space.
Yeah.
Come here, Mama. Right before people started getting there, and they put my group in one room and Cam's group in a different room, but the door was open so we could hear each other and like talk.
Yeah. But by the time I came down, our guests were there, so I was like, everyone's gonna see me, but I was like, whatever. And I just walked in there, and we had the nicer side. There's like a living room area and a kitchen area, and when they brought us in, we were in the living room area, and I was like shocked that Taryn didn't take that.
But the reason why is because we got down there first, me and my group, and I was like, oh, this room kind of sucks. Like, it's just like
I'm just in the kitchen.
It's just like a kitchen, and we had to sit there all dolled up for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes or something.
Yeah.
And so I was like kind of being annoying, and I was like, oh, this room's not that great. And then I like looked over, and there's this beautiful living room, couches, comfy, everything. And I was like, oh man, I wish we could have that room. And our wedding planner was like, oh my God, take it. You guys don't have like assigned spaces. You can totally take it. And I was like, oh yeah, guys, like let's get the better room. And everyone's like, yeah, let's go. So we go to
Not
start
our planners
going.
thinking I would be picky and want the better room. They like thought that.
And then we go to start going into the other room, and I'm like, you guys, I can't. My vows, I say in my vows that I'm about to give her that like I promise to give her the better cup of coffee, the like cuter plate at dinner, whether I tell her or not. And I was like, I can't be saying those things in 10 minutes and not be like doing them now. I was like, this is my first exercise in like following my vows. And everyone's like, you haven't even said them yet.
This is your last chance to get the better version.
So then we kept the shitty room, but
yeah,
it was fine.
I was so surprised when we walked in there. I was like, wait a minute. But it was so cute because like there's just a doorway, no door from the living room to the kitchen. And I know Taryn's right there. And at the second I heard your voice, I started crying, and I was like, get it together. I could not stop crying. I was like
fun.
So excited. It was just the weirdest feeling. And we're sat there for like 20, 30 minutes once I'm in there. And yeah, that feeling was wild. And then I was like, as soon as I knew we were about to walk down the aisle, I just calmed. We have been talking for so long, and we're just at the wedding.
I'm kind of thinking we stop and do a part 2.
Yeah, this is too long.
We're at 67 minutes.
Oh my God. You know what, guys? Let's pause.
Let's leave them on a cliffhanger.
We are about to walk into our ceremony. Did we make it? Did we not?
Yeah.
Only time will find out.
Only time will tell.
What a cliffhanger.
Wow. I was thinking the same thing. I love you.
Wow. I love you.
I love how lately we've been communicating like so clearly with like our little feels and
telepathically.
Vibes. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we always do that. We will literally not be talking and we'll go, and we'll know exactly what we're going to say. And it has nothing to do with anything going on. And we're like, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this was great, but I have to get to work, and I think you do too.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Until next time, guys.
Cliffhanger.
Love ya.
Did we get married?
Stay tuned.
Love you. Thanks for staying up.
Bye.